Alright, y'all, so JJK Season 3, the Culling Games Part 1 finally started airing yesterday. And they gave us not one, but 2 episodes. So you know I'm going to talk about both of them right quick. Just a disclaimer, I am not the biggest JJK historian. What I mean by that is I don't know the ins and outs of all the different techniques that they be doing in JJK. So if I misspeak at any point in time, definitely drop it in the comments. Let's have a discussion. I've appreciated the discussions we've had on this page so far. That Zoro Sasuke discussion really had y'all tripping. Oh my god. But that's what I want on this channel, bro. I just really want these debates. So keep them coming. And let's talk about JJK, because since Shibuya, it has become one of my favorite anime in quite some time. If you like anything I gotta say all in this video, y'all know what y'all gotta do. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow on TikTok. And let's talk about this episode. So first of all, let's give credit to this poster that they made for season 3. Just to give you an idea of the animation quality we are to expect for this season. I especially love seeing Naoya running into position right here. Like he was about to miss the flick. I'm crying. Definitely looking forward to getting into all of these different characters as the season progresses. But before I even get into the episode recap, look at these images for the JJK season 3 opening. Now for me, the song wasn't really the best. I still got Kakai Katan, JJK's first opening over this one. Maybe this one will beat out specials. I really wasn't a fan of special like that. The hidden inventory opening was over this one too so far. But this opening got the best visuals of any JJK opening that we've gotten so far, in my opinion. Jujutsu Kaisen fans are calling the new opening a work of art, and they absolutely right. Look at this imagery. There was so much going on in this opening that I couldn't even peep everything happening. Somebody gotta drop some type of breakdown video on that opening. Send it to me if y'all find it online. I want to watch that. It's a lot going on in the opening, I'm telling you. Like, look at this imagery of Yuji and his mom, which is his mom. But it's like, it's just crazy how she is his mom. The way they was able to fit all this imagery in a matter of a minute and like 30 seconds is insane. Credit to those who's animated this opening. Now let's talk about these episodes. So I'm not gonna lie, I did go ahead and see JJK Execution in theaters before watching these 2 episodes. I really wasted my money doing that, if I'm gonna be honest. I mainly went because the Shibuya incident is one of my favorite season 2s of anime of all time. It's up there with Bleach's season 2, the Dark Tournament Yu Yu Hakusho, the Chunin exams in Naruto, Attack on Titan season 2, the list goes on. Anyway, a big reason why I wanted to watch these 2 episodes, even though I knew it was going to be content that we watched in the movie, like literally to the last second of episode 2 is what we got in that movie, is because I kind of wanted to compare what I saw in the movie versus what I've seen in these 2 episodes to see which I thought executed them scenes better personally. Now, me personally, just my opinion, I feel like the anime did a better job. Maybe that's because I just wasn't really the biggest fan of the movie. Typically, I don't go watch these anime movies that are adaptations of the anime. Case in point, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan did it for the final season, I think. Especially for those I already read the manga on, because I already know what to expect in the anime. What's the point of me going to spend my hard-earned money to go see something that I'm going to see on TV at some point? Actually, the original point though, I think the anime did a great job at animated them scenes. Now at points it did feel like copy paste, and maybe it is and I'm just tripping, but like this scene in particular right here when Yuta pulls up on Yuji, Choso, and Naoya, the intimidation in their faces when Yuta pulls up, and Yuta's in that dumbass pose, bro. I hate that pose that he does on his pull-up. How you go pull up to season 3 looking like how you was looking, bro? Like, come on. You the coldest in the verse. I don't want to see you up there with your leg crossed like that. Think you cool as hell for your entrance. That shit is not fly. The way Naoya was putting Choso in a blender too gotta be studied. That projection sorcery that him and his father have is insane. Praise on the animation aside, let's talk about these 2 episodes real quick. So we saw the episode Yuji washing his hands, got blood on him, likely from exercising multiple curses. Y'all know how he gets. And he's flashed back in the events of Shibuya while he's washing his hands, obviously suffering from intense PTSD after the events of Sukuna taking over his body and laying waste to Shibuya. We see that throughout these 2 episodes, Yuji feeling the guilt of everything that happened while Sukuna took over his body. That's something I think that the JJK Execution movie did a great job of showing. I think that these 2 episodes do a great job of showing that as well. We go over to the Zenin residence and get introduced to Naoya Zenin. He's the son of Nobito, the one who got cooked by Jogo last season, RIP to Nobito. But now there's a vacancy at the head of the Zenin clan. So Naoya is looking like he about to take that spot. He walks into this room with his brother and his grandpa. He's talking all this trash. They about to get to fight. That's when little dude right here come in. He's telling them that he has the conditions on who exactly will be the head of the Zenin clan going forward. He says that Naoya will be the rightful head of the Zenin clan going forward, but that is under the condition that Gojo Satoru is not sealed off. If he is or dies or whatever for any reason, then Megumi Fushiguro will be the head of the Zenin clan. Plot twist! Literally 5 minutes into the episode, Megumi about to be the head of the Zenin clan? Nah, you know Naoya wasn't taking that. He's a Fushiguro. So he heads off to Tokyo to intercept Megumi, who should be with Yuji. He's trying to get a 2-for-1, right? He's trying to eliminate Megumi Megumi so that there's another vacancy at the head of the Zenin clan. And also take out Yuji Sukuna's vessel and they're trying to have executed. Bro just looking for bounty points for the love of the game. I gotta respect it. Then come back to Tokyo and we see Yuji and Choso exercising more curses in this beautifully animated scene. Now the JJK execution movie did it just as well, but that scene where Choso is shooting his conversion through those curses after Yuji calls his name and Choso calls him to take out the curse that's about to take him out, elite. And then the purple blood falling on Yuji afterwards, like they just knew what they was doing. Shout out to Mappa. It's here where Choso gets calling Yuji his brother once again. He's like, bro, you still calling me your brother? And he's like, bro, you just gotta go back and think about it, bro. I'm telling you, you my little bro for real. Just think back to when you was younger. You might have had a relative that had, I don't know, some type of scar on their forehead. My pops had the same thing. How's that possible? They get into it later on in these 2 episodes. So right after Choso gets done glazing Yuji for becoming a demon/war god, the translation is different in the movie than from the anime. We have Naoya pulling up on him clean as hell, so fast you might miss it. And he immediately gets to put in belt to ass. I mean, the brother got unnecessarily disrespectful talking about some while he's also giving Choso a 64 hit combo. Shortly after this, Yuta pulls up and they all get shook in place. Now he's trying to explain why he's there to begin with, not trying to catch a fade. And Choso's telling Yuji, you gotta run. They not after me, they're after you. So you gotta skedaddle. So Yuji's like, okay, big bro, starts going. And Yuta is immediately on that ass, running with a sword that's unsheathed. So you already know he's on time. And it's really just them boxing for the remainder of the episode. Yuji is keeping up with Yuta, who if you've seen JJK 0, you know is a problem. But Yuji's also a problem at this point. You got 15 Sukuna fingers in him. So with this knowledge that Yuji already has 15 of Sukuna's dusty fingers inside him, the fact that Yuta's even able to keep up with him like that just gives a testament to the threat that he is in this series. Special great sorcerers don't play, and we see that in this fight with Yuji, where Yuji, after breaking his sword, thinks that he's got Yuta figured out, but then they introduce Rika, who gets Yuji in a chokehold so bad that he can't even run no more. As Rika holds Yuji in place, Yuta gives the killing shot, eliminating Yuji. The main character's dead. What? JK, he's still alive. I really thought he was finna die. He is the main character, even though a lot of people swear he's not. Let my guy cook, trust. That's the end of the first episode. Then we start the second episode off with Choso and Naoya fighting. And it's not really much of a fight at first. Naoya is putting Choso in a blender. This projection curse technique that he has, Choso just does not know how to adjust to it. He ain't hit bro hard enough. Choso's still standing there like nothing happened. They get to talking. Naoya asks Choso how he's so tough. Choso says, I had no choice but to. I was the oldest of like 9 siblings. Choso tells him he didn't appreciate what he said about his brothers earlier and goes into his philosophy about brothers. Especially if you're the oldest, you can make those mistakes and lead your brothers on the right path. You can get on the right path and lead your brothers down the path that you went on to get to that right path. And he blames his brothers for how Naoya ended up in the end. It goes into all this before sending a pool of blood Naoya's way, and Naoya gets to dip it hard enough to give Choso enough distance to load up what we think is going to be a conversion. I'm thinking Choso got enough distance, but Naoya closes the gap so quick. He fast as hell. But Choso actually lets off a new technique that we haven't seen in the series at the Supernova. Yeah, that thing was strong enough to put Naoya on his knees. Also about to steal the deal, standing up for all big brothers everywhere, but then Yuta comes in and one taps him. Like literal one tap. How Naoya was hitting this man with all this, and Yuta just does, and it's over with for Choso. That's tough. I used to come into the poison that was in Choso's blood, obviously being a blood painting. Yuta offers to use his reverse curse technique to heal him up as long as he tells the higher up that Yuji Itadori is indeed dead. This is when we go into a sort of flashback for Yuji. When this boy was fresh out the womb, he's seeing his dad, and his dad is bragging about how his son is the cutest thing walking. We're just breastfeeding at this point. This is when we see Yuji's grandfather telling his son, look, I understand you happy about having Yuji. Kaori, Yuji's mom, is not the same. You know, she died. She didn't really like hearing that. Walked in the room instantly after that. I was like, what you said, Pop? That's when Yuji wakes up and realizes what Choso was saying earlier about the scar on his forehead. So they for real are brothers. I think it's public knowledge by now that Choso's pops was Noritoshi Kamo, who was also had that scar on his forehead. You know, Geto's body was taken over by the same person who put the scar on his forehead. So they all related in some way, shape, or form. Anyways, at this point, we find out that Yuta actually saved Yuji's life with his reverse curse technique. He was told by Gojo to look after him in case anything happened to him. Finding Yuji that everything that happened in Shibuya was not a testament to your power. Explaining to him that I'm taking care of you because people that I care for care about you. We see Megumi come in and explain to him the Culling Games, how he needs Yuji's help in order to stop it, to save his sister's life. Immediately gets Yuji into action that leads them to meeting up with Maki, who is alive, thank God. Y'all are not ready for my girl to get active, I'm trying to tell you. Link up with Yuki Tsukumo as well. Choso pulls up. The next mission is to find Tengen in order to cook up a plan to stop the Culling Games from even starting. He's supposed to be hard to find, but of course they're the main character, so they find him in like 2 minutes episode time. And that's how we end off the episode. Overall, these 2 episodes were really solid in my opinion. Great way to start off season 3. And we get introduced to Naoya. Get to see Yuta and Rika in action again. We see Maki is alive. Maki, my favorite character, if you know. Behind Yuji, of course. And the animation and fight sequences is on point. But y'all leave your thoughts on episodes in the comments. I will see y'all again for episode 3.